So hi investors, welcome to today's video. Today we are gonna decode one of the interesting company in EV space. Um, Basically they are going for 10x its their top line. So let's see how they are gonna do it. So when people talk about EV revolution, they usually talk about battery makers, auto OEMs, charging companies, lithium players, lithium ion battery players, but very few people ask the most important question, that who makes the tiny components that actually make these systems work safely. And because sometimes the biggest wealth creators are not headline companies, but the hidden suppliers sitting deep inside the value chain are and one such company is Shivalik Bimetal Controls Ltd. So a business that quietly sits inside EV batteries, smart meters, and even switchgear, circuit breakers in energy storage systems, and has built a moat so deep that even global giants depends on it. Let's first understand its business. At a first glance, Shivalik doesn't look exciting. It's manufacturing just bimetal strips, three metal strips, shunt resistors, SMD current sense resistors, and clad metals, electron beam welded components. And it sounds boring, right? So actually, this is where the real story begins out. So there are precision engineered mission critical components, and if they fail, your battery can malfunction, even the smart meters become inaccurate, and your switchgear can fail, and even your power molecules becomes unsafe. And this is not a commodity manufacturing, but this is a precision metal earth with the qualification based moat. So the two core engines of the business, the company runs on two core engines: thermostatic bimetal, which is or three metal strips, contributes 55% of revenue. These are used in switchgear, circuit breakers, even the application gas metering, and smart electrical systems. And this is the old and even slept cash generation business. And the second one comes with the shunt resistors. So shunt resistors contributes around 45% of total revenue. This is where the future lies, and used in electrical vehicles, even energy storage, smart meters, battery systems, automotive electronics. This segment is the growth engine, and importantly, it carries strong strategic relevance because every EV needs accurate current sensing, and Shivalik sits right there. So why the business has almost no competition? Here's where the things get interesting. Shivalik's moat is not distribution, but it is not branding, or it is not a pricing, but it is a technology, specifically electron beam welding, a highly specialized process where the metals are joined with even minimal distortion and maximum conductivity and precision level bonding. But the management clearly said in India nobody else does at this scale this thing, and this matter because in shunt and bus bars every tiny imperfection impacts the current flow, and poor welding means a failure. So that's why customer doesn't easily switch vendors, and this is why 30 plus years of moat built through the process of expertise. So if you look toward their global presence quietly serving the world, Shivalik export to over 38 countries, led that Shingen, the company from Solan, Himachal Pradesh, and supplying globally. Revenue split shows a serious international strength, where especially in shunt, America contributes 48%, Europe contributes 9%, and Asia contributes 43%. And for bimetal, Asia dominates, and Europe and US remain strong. This is not just an domestic only story or a company, it's a global precision manufacturing company. Tariff problem that became an opportunity. Now here's come a twist. The US tariff created a major disruption, and Q3 was difficult because customer reduced the buying. At a first glance this looked like bad news, but the management explained something powerful earlier. A large part of export to customers like Vishay Intra Technology were shipped raw material strips, low value but low margin, but tariff made a strip exporter unattractive. So what happened, the company shifted from raw strip exports to fully finished components, and this means a higher value added, better margin, and even strong customer stickiness. Sometimes disruption creates the best strategic pivot, and this was exactly that thing. Let's just understand that EV opportunity. Management said it clearly, very importantly, that they are already supplying components to the top 1 to 2 global EV manufacturers through Vishay, and they expect for FY27 to bring Vishay business back to peak level. This is huge because this is not just a recovery, it is a recovery with a better margin. Why? Because now they are supplying components, not a strips, but that changed the economics entirely. So the next big move is that Pune facility. This may be the most important part of the story, that Shivalik is not moving forward in the value chain, but also from components to bus bars, connectors, and full assemblies for EV batteries, and this is happening through their new facility in Pune. So capex just was around 20 crores, and revenue potential is of around 250 to 300 crores over 3 years. That sounds unbelievable, but until management explain why, because the expensive capabilities already exist and electron beam welding is already built. This capex is only for the final assembly. This is a classic high ROC expansion. Why the forward integration matters? Let's simplify it. They sold a part, now they sold the system, and the value per vehicle jumps massively. For example, 2-volt EV assembly value is around 2000 3000 per vehicle, so 4-volt EV assembly can exceed 5000 plus. So this is how the industry company creates exponential growth, not by more volume but by moving deeper into a customer wallets. If you look toward their financial strength, Q3 FY26 performance was strong. Revenue growth was it was some mediocre performance. Revenue growth was 9% YoY basis, but EBITDA margin was around 24%, up about 400 basis points. This tells us something clearly, that the company is not chasing growth at any cost, but it is improving quality of revenue, and which is far more important than management expect the even EBITDA margin to be around 23 to 25%, even with the assembly expansion. That's a rare thing. So working capital in the business, we need to look at it. Of course, no story is perfect. Working capital days rose sharply from 250 days to 260 days. This is a concern. Management explained inventory timing issue, imported raw material delay, and even longer collection cycle. So they expect normalization by March 2026, means this last, and this is a key monitor, and because in manufacturing cash flow matters more than the reported profit. This is a key monitor because in manufacturing cash flow matters more than the reported profit. Strategic psychology, what I like the most about the management, that they was in the line, and we don't believe in the growth at any cost. That's what they said. That tells you everything, that their focus is not a volume but becoming an indispensable. This is how the great business are built over the time. So Shivalik Bimetal is not a flashy EV stock, but it is a won't dominate social media, but it won't have a celebrity promoter, but it may be one of the most important hidden supplier in Indian industrial ecosystem of EV, because when you control precision, qualification, technology, and customer dependency, you can create something rare, a real moat. And in investing, that matters the most in the headline. And because of this, best business are often invisible until they become too big to ignore. So now the forward integration is gonna come, and in a shunt business where they are gonna make sensors and even modulars for shunts, and which will be final assembly kind of thing, finished assembly. So now they are targeting for 10x top line. So that would be a great thing to they are talking that the revenue will grow by 10x. Need to look how the forward integration gonna be. Even they are going through backward integration also. So only one this kind of, if you are getting this kind of company which is doing at a time a forward integration, even a backward integration, that's a great stuff. And if the company is doing we also need to look how it's gonna work. Okay, if it's working, then the company can become a multi-bagger. If it won't, then it can be a Aarti Industries. Please like, share and subscribe the channel. Make the YouTube brother happy, and let's meet in the next video. Bye bye investors.